Hi guys, how y'all doing? We're watching Oxhorn in the background. I hope y'all don't mind.
And be sure to subscribe for more Fallout 4 and Fallout 4 mod videos like this one. If you want to support me on Patreon, I'm going to greatly appreciate it. But more than anything, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching.
Yeah, no, I hope y'all don't mind about the Oxhorn in the background.
New on the Creation Club.
I'm watching either Creation Club content or fucking mod videos, but I just found out something about this, right? Because I did not see this. I'm fucking stupid. Like, this makes materials. This is fucking armor forge, weapons forge, loom, energy weapon forge.
Upon arrival in the Commonwealth, we begin the quest Shrouded Master. Investigate the terminals at
I need a shipment, right?
We find police precinct 8, northeast of Diamond City. When we arrive there, we come up to Rancho and inside the precinct, we find a brand new terminal. Precinct 8 terminal.
That's so fucking retarded. Either. Alright, and guess what we're gonna be making? Because we're Enclave, right? We can build the.
Claims he's this wealthy purveyor of silver shroud.
Alright, here we go.
Even going so far as to call his estate Shroud Manor. We've suspected for years it's a front, but we haven't been able to make anything stick. The other day, we got a lead from the detectives working...
Brand new plasma pistols off the line. Look at that, brand new.
He's put their must all over the news.
Even he's admiring it.
Well, it turns out an eyewitness saw them walking into a house.
So, no more shotguns. We only made 100 and... Oh yeah, that shit's gonna be like fucking hella rare now. All these weapons right here will be rare. Because like, there was only one for testing.
You might be able to learn more about what happened to those prisoners if we had somebody on the...
And testing.
The problem is, half the cops in Cambridge, Trevisani wants dead. And the other half are on his payroll. If we're gonna do this, we need somebody...
Alright, now I need a weapons forgery.
In the next one, July 1st, 2077, from Lieutenant Mitchell to Sergeant Callahan. Subject, Officer Azzola. I looked over your recommendation. She's a little green, but I think Officer Azzola is the right choice. Graduated top of her class. Grew up in a tough neighborhood. For her to make it out of that godforsaken hellhole means she's got bigger balls than anyone on the force. Take her off the beat and set up a meeting with her tomorrow. We don't want anyone seeing her. 14 days later, July 15th, 2077, from Lieutenant Mitchell to Sergeant Callahan again. Subject, cover story. There's a bit of a complication. With the Carpenter investigation all over the...
You're gonna tell me my fucking,
completely
my bill limit's small again.
Alright, I got it. I'm intrigued, though, by your earlier suggestion that Officer Azzola played to the man's baser instincts, which might work if we make it seem like the whole relationship was his idea. One of the directors at Hubris owes me a favor. Let's hold an open audition for extras and invite Trevisani over for a look-see. If he's really such a big fan of the show, he'll be happy to get a peek behind the curtain. And in the final one, a month later, August 14th, 2077, from Lieutenant Mitchell to Sergeant Callahan again. Subject,
so that way I can get it every fucking...
audition worked like a charm. It's gonna take some time to reel him in, but at least he took the bait. The aspiring actress bit will help us with the meets, too. We set her up with a job at the Warren Theater on Saturday nights. Doing plays so boring there isn't a chance in hell Trevisani will show up, especially because he thinks she's an idiot watching her stumble through the classics with just embarrassing. When the show's over, head on over to the dressing room.
No.
It's a joint, but you don't want to stand out, so maybe wear that cheap tan suit you love so much. Use the key I sent you to open the door in the corner. If the actors powder their face and leave their cigarettes. As for your girl...
See, that's why I keep him with me. I hate the negativity everybody else gives me over there. Him, he don't give me nothing. He don't tell me a damn thing about it. He just fuck with this guy, man. This is like my best friend in the game. Like, me and him are best fucking friends. Like, we are best fucking friends, bro. This is my best friend right here. This is my best fucking friend. Like, in video, like, this is my life, right? I consider Fallout 4 and this character like my second life.
cops...
This is my best friend, bro. Look at him. He's cool as fuck.
Hey,
I'm always happy to help you out.
your thoughts?
Like they got
Sure
you
you want to be out and
there
about
by
in
a
the
woman.
dark, Captain?
That's where she
Your
would go.
thoughts?
Running with you's been a hell of a ride,
Inside
Captain.
the desk, we find
thoughts?
the Warren
This a good
Theater
time for a
key.
drink?
The Warren Theater is an unmarked location,
How do you
which I
feel
remember
about
there'd be a
us?
video about
I've
unmarked
had a hell of a
locations.
time
You can watch
running
here.
with you, Captain.
It's not far
Got
from
no
there.
regrets.
We arrive a short run later.
Your thoughts?
Heading
Keep
inside
saying
the
to
lobby,
myself I
lobby,
should settle
taking
down
the elevator
someday.
up to the theater floor.
I missed the boat
We
on the
triggered the
river.
surprise that was waiting for us on the stage above.
What are your thoughts on our
But we find
relationship?
something new.
You and
The
I,
dresser on
we're
the
a
far
hell of
corner
a
of the
team.
stage is locked, but we can unlock
Yep,
it with the
that's right.
Warren
Oh,
Theater
nothing.
key.
Fine.
Inside, we find Officer Izola's note, a red dress.
That's how you treat your best friend, bro.
And a
You know,
silver dress.
nothing.
But as soon as we loot the items in this dresser, Triggermen? What are Triggermen doing here? We have no beef with them. They're somehow connected, but wait. It's
He's gonna be chilling at the Red Rocket for a little while.
In 2077, over 200 years ago. Why would Triggermen be attacking us now? On one of the bodies, we find the Triggerman's note, as well as the Shroud Manor terminal password. Inspecting both notes in our inventory, we'll start with Officer Izola's note. I think one of Trevisani's teams followed me here, so I'm going to keep this short. I'll try and come back next week, but if you don't hear from me then, I've left a spare piece of the manor in this dresser. Other than that, I've got nothing else to report. I found a passage behind a bookcase that leads to Suiza's office, but the vault is locked. Whatever's inside has got to have what you're looking for. Coupled with the stuff he's reported on his holotape, you should have more than enough to put him away. I know Lieutenant Mitchell wants something more tangible before you move in, but you've got to pull me out now. With everything that's gone down, Trevisani's getting more and more agitated, and at some point, he's going to call me on my bullcrap. So Izola thought she had done everything she could. She wanted them to follow her out, but they had no intention to. Next, we can read the Triggerman note. Every week, we take a to the theater to see if anyone will show up. It's a waste of time. Ain't no one but us left. But if we find this fellow, maybe it'll get the boss to leave the vault. Staring at those screens all day has become an obsession. You're kidding me. This Trevisani mob boss is still alive? What, did he become a fool? And he's working with the Triggermen? What, did he hire them as bodyguards? The silver dress is a brand new item. It has 0 ballistic energy or radiation resist, but it grants +2 to charisma. It appears to be a retexture of the red dress, the one that Magnolia wears. Only this one is silver. It's a good-looking dress, and it makes sense why Trevisani would have Officer Isola wear it. If he is a big Silver Shroud fan, of course he'd put her in a silver dress. And if we take it to an armor workbench, we find that it does allow ballistic weave. So we could turn this into an armored outfit, a welcome touch. But now that we have the key to this Shroud Manor, let's track it down to see if we can find this boss. Shroud Manor is in Cambridge, right next to the Cambridge police station. This fact makes it a dangerous location for anyone who has made enemies with the Brotherhood of Steel. Just by walking up to the door, we can catch the attention of Brotherhood of Steel soldiers at the nearby police station and from nearby raiders. So this really isn't a pretty dangerous spot. If you're ready, we can start. Now, in Zola's note, she said there was a secret passage behind a bookshelf. And as soon as we arrive, our buddy points us to the bookcase right in front of us, tagging it. Sure, it slides open. Here we find a door, which brings us downstairs to a basement. Opening the door to the basement. What? I'm the dead.
This is gonna be our ammunitions manufacturing warehouse.
Filled with shipping cans.
It's gonna be big.
There's a staircase leading up. We see our quest marker on the other side of a window. Opening the door, we can open the door to an office to the right. Before accessing the wall-mounted terminal, we can read the contents of the nearby desktop terminal. Here we find 5 entries, going all the way back to May 25th.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that fountain there. Looks good. I like it. Not moving it. Yeah, I'm not moving this. I actually got to finally use this for something. It looks good right here. Not gonna lie. And I got to finally use the fucking bus, man. I left the bus right here. It's like it's on the road in the line too. It's not even out of the line. It's like perfect. Good morning, man. Sorry about the I hope you don't mind Oxhorn video in the background. Like we're watching Oxhorn Fallout videos with this because I feel like watching that, but it's also giving me some ideas. But I have a good idea of what everything's going to look like. But I just kind of really want to watch some Oxhorn Fallout videos, so that's all I'm watching in the background. Hope you don't mind.
Sounds like a good enough reason to install all of these hidden passages. In the next one, September 22nd, 2077, from Alfonso Vicini to Tony Suzia, raid. The cops are here and they're searching the joint. So stay down there. The boys and I made it into the attic just in time, and the boss made it into his office with Vee and Marco. That was real smart of the boss to make these secret passages. He says we all stay put. Don't make any noise, and we should use the terminals to talk to each other. Those dumb cops don't have a clue that we're all standing here inside the walls. I heard them talking about looking for some kind of evidence that those carpenters were here. I was trying to listen for more when Jimmy started coughing, the dumb palooka. Almost gave the game away to the coppers standing nearby. Had to put a gun to his head to shut him up. Heads are going to roll for this. Who the hell tipped the cops off about the carpenters? So Predesoni really was responsible for the disappearing carpenters. But why would they make carpenters disappear? In the next one, September 26, 2077, from Alfonso Vicini to Tony Suzia. Subject, the boss is still mad as hell. He wants to know who tipped off the police about the...
Hey, you want to see something?
He's sure that it's one of the boys and that he's going to find out the rat who did it. I don't think it was one of us. I've been watching the boss's new Squeak Kitty since she...
Look at this.
And
brand new plasma pistols off the line.
The dumb thing. I don't think she's as dumb as she looks. Maybe she picked off the police. Hell, maybe she's even a cop herself. But I ain't stupid enough to tell the boss what I think. He's busy for the day, and with scams like that, who can blame him? But no progress with this. Let me watch him then.
Brand new plasma pistols.
Please hold on. In the next one, September 16th, 2077, from Alfonso Vicini to Tony Suzia. Subject, Michelle. Tonight's Candy was with the kids over at the Warren. Since the boss has no taste for it, I decided to follow her to take in a show. Figured it was good for a laugh, if nothing else. Funny thing is, she never went on. The name just stayed in the back, covering her face. Listen, everybody, you know I've got a good read on stuff like this, and something wasn't right about the whole thing. And in the final one, October 20th, 20. Days before the phone. From Alfonso Vicini to Tony Suzia, subject, a doggone week? Things are heating up with those missing carpenters. It's now all over the news that the cops sent divers into the river and found the van with the body. There's no way that they could have known to look there unless one of our own sneaked. I know you were here now, but the boss told me to tell you to put the shoes on those men you got working down there. Tell them straight out that if they don't keep their traps shut, their families will be locked off. Maybe get them to for their security. Speaking of which, is this true the boss went into the vault with the candy for the clothes? They ain't come out for a week? This ain't the time or the place for a doggone wedding, let alone a honeymoon. But at least if she's locked in there, she can't do any more harm. Honestly, we've had nothing but trouble since that broad arrived. So Candy and Predesoni locked themselves in the vault 3 days before the bombs dropped for a week-long honeymoon. Did they ever emerge? Using the terminal password we found on the body of one of the triggermen we killed back at Warren Theater, we can unlock the nearby wall-mounted terminal. We find an option to unlock the nearby security door, which is none other than this large ball door. Activating it. Screen's open. And whoa! Vault indeed. We find shelves piled high with pre-war money in gold bars. There's more pre-war money in the duffel bags, documents, and cardboard boxes at the bottom, and a couple of ammo canisters. There's even more pre-war money in the wall safes. To the right, there's a door. Inside, we find a bank of monitors. Someone's been sitting here watching us. But for how long? Interesting that they have an institute chair here. I wonder how they got their hands on that before the war. We see a silver shroud poster on the wall, and this Trevisani really had it bad. And expecting the monitors, we see that these are the same camera angles the Institute's watchers are using. For more information on that, watch my video on the watchers by clicking here. I don't think there's a connection. I think they just reused it. They wanted a bank of monitors. The Institute were the only ones that they had. But from here, we find another door to the north. This leads to a private bedroom. We can turn off the radio to avoid demonetization. There's a bed in the corner, a submachine gun on the nearby dresser, some black vest and slacks on the bed, and a unique pistol lying on the kitchen counter. This is a sharpshooter's silver sidearm pistol. It's basically a reskinned deliverer. It uses 10mm ammunition. It has all the same mods as the deliverer, but it comes with a unique texture on the grip, a silver and black floral motif. It doesn't have any legendary effects, but we can modify it at a weapons workbench to be a pretty impressive silenced weapon, just like the deliverer.
I like the way
In
it
the corner
looks.
on a
I'm
table
trying something
between two
different.
black couches is a
Instead of the same
silver
old
ring
shit
right
as
next
always.
to Candy's holotape. We know that Candy was Officer Izova. If she has a holotape here, that means she was locked in here with Trevisani. Let's find out what she has to say. Inside, we find 7 entries, going all the way back to August 21st, 2077. When I was a kid, I used to pretend that I was the Silver Shroud. I had a hat, a squirt gun that I called the Silver Sidearm, and a jacket from my uncle's closet that was 3 sizes too big. I'd go out into the schoolyard and tell the bullies their time was up, but it never quite worked out the way I wanted to.
What do y'all think? Does that look good?
I guess the same could be said for my career as police. I wanted to work myself up to detective, solving murders and putting the bad guys behind bars. Yet here I am, on the other side, working with the very men I swore to put away. On top of that, there's the mansion. Living here, surrounded by all this imagery, feels surreal. That kid in the oversized jacket would have been thrilled to live in this house. The reality, of course, couldn't be more different. But however I got here, I'm still a cop, and I've got a job to do. I've managed to get Trevisani to start using the holotape. My hope is that the fat jerk will make my job easier by incriminating himself. Well, hopefully, but Candy just incriminated herself, writing a diary on a personal holotape inside a gangster's mansion, admitting that she's an undercover cop. I guess she's just lucky Trevisani never got his hands on this. Or did he? And the next one, September 13th, 2077. I've been trying for weeks to get Trevisani to open up about the business, but he's been reluctant to mention what happened to the carpenter crew. On the other hand, it makes for a good excuse for why I won't sleep with him. If he won't budge, then neither will I. Of course, if he does budge, I might have a problem. But that's why God invented handcuffs. I might have more luck snooping around. I caught one of his goons blabbing to his friend about taking someone for a drive downriver. It's a long shot, but it might be worth mentioning to the Sarge next time I see him. So the location of the carpenter's bodies did come from Candy. In the next one, October 17th, 2077, I left him with the Warren and let my frustrations be known. I've given them the location of the bodies, information on Trevisani's operation, and the existence of his secret vault. But Lieutenant Mitchell's still frustrated that the initial raid turned up nothing. And now he won't so much as scratch his balls unless I have Trevisani confessing to the doggone Lindbergh kidnapping. Compared to busting jaywalkers and pushing papers, going undercover seemed like a big break. But this is way beyond what I signed up for. I'm starting to question whether the department truly has my back. Either way, I'm going to have to do something risky if I want out. So Candy figured out that the sergeant threw her to the wolves, abandoning her here. Did she ever get herself out of this? In the next one, October 19th, 2077, Trevisani is dead. The irony is he was willing to tell me everything, but only after everything else. When I asked him flat out if he murdered the carpenters, it got rough. I got nothing. I'm not sure how I'm going to get out of this. There's a guard at the door at all times, so I can't get out. But I can't stay doing either. Because at some point, I'm going to run out of food, or he's never going to get suspicious. She killed Trevisani when Trevisani tried to consummate their relationship. But all that did was get her killed. Then the next one, October 31st, 2077, 8 days after the nuclear apocalypse. It's hard to process what just happened last week. Even though it's on the monitors, I still can't believe it's real. Inside the house, everyone's dropping like flies. Trevisani's gang, the help, everybody. Bless those carpenters. I don't know what materials they use to build these walls, but somehow it's keeping me alive. Pretty soon, I'll be the only one left, which means I finally have a way out. But into what world, I don't even know. And the way my skin's looking, I'm not sure I'll live long enough to see it. But the vault protected her from the majority of the radiation, but it's not enough. She began to turn into a ghoul, but at least she didn't die. How long did she live? In the next one, August 15th, 07. But is that 2107 or 2207? You'll find out soon. It's been 30 years since I picked up this holotape. Not sure how much space is even left on this thing. First thing I did when I got out was head back to the station. Dead or not, I was going to check in the evidence on Trevisani, close the case, and maybe have a drink with Sergeant Callahan's corpse. I showed up in full uniform, with a badge and a baton and everything, but no one was there. Then I opened up the sergeant's journal. Big mistake. It turns out they didn't even give a crap about my safety. They left me in this house of horrors to get raped, killed, and who knows what. I guess I should be thanking them. If they pulled me out, I would have been blown to bits along with the rest of the world. But it still doesn't make it right, so I tossed my baton in the box and burned my uniform. From that day on, I was done. In the next one, August 23rd, 2177, 100 years since the bombs dropped, I'm still alive. In fact, I've turned into quite a successful mob boss. Living in this house, it was only natural to use the resources it provided. I took the connections Trevisani built through his fake comic book business and found some were still alive and kicking. Together, we rebuilt the organization the same way he did, from small-time protection rackets to smuggling chems and deals with the mail. Of course, in that world, I'm the old boss's main squeeze. Not that it's a lie. I've spent more time as Trevisani's so-called Mistress of Mystery than I ever did as a cop. But these days, I'm starting to feel nostalgic. If I'm still alive, I'm beginning to wonder who else it is. Case in point, the other day on the monitors, I saw someone that looked like Sergeant Callahan. The boys might think I'm crazy, but he had on that same sheepskin suit he always wore with a ticket in his breast pocket. It was for the Warren Theater. Oh, what, she got a close-up of the text Warren Theater on a ticket in a breast pocket from those monitors? Well, enhance. After the war, the thing you tell survivors is to head back to old haunts. If you met your friends at a bar on Saturdays, go back to that same bar and see if the pals show up. If Callahan is out there, maybe he stops by Warren and enjoys them for a drink. Maybe that ticket is his way of identifying himself to an old friend. If only he knew. A century is a long time to hold a grudge, but time is never concerned for him. Why should it be for me? So that's why the Triggermen attacked us at Warren Theater. They weren't working for Trevisani. They were working for Candy. Candy, who rebuilt his crime empire after the apocalypse. She thought she saw Sergeant Callahan on one of the monitors, assumed he'd head back to the Warren Theater, and began sending Triggermen patrols to the Warren Theater on a regular basis in case he showed up. But instead, they found us. But if Candy is still alive, where is she? On the counter, we can loot the silver wedding ring. Candy's not wearing it. Looks like she didn't agree to Trevisani's proposal, but of course, why would she? She killed him. But we shouldn't loot this ring at this point, so I'll explain in a little bit. To finish exploring this room, we can move to the kitchen. There's still food and drink in the fridge, almost as if someone still lives here. A cooler on top of the fridge, and a pile of pre-war boxed goods on the countertop. We see some wonderful new posters on the wall. There's a Mistress of Mystery one here, and another Silver Shroud one. And turning to the east, we see a bathroom. Opening it. It's Candy. standing right here the entire time we were reading her holotape. Oh, wow. And with that, we killed the crime boss. Looks like we've cleared out this manor's owner and to inspect our new digs. Heading out of the bedroom, we find a bathroom to the west, and back out into this warehouse area, we can move to the northeast to find the workshop. Activating it completes the quest Shrouded Manor and turns this manor into our own personal player home. We can now decorate it to our heart's desire. The home comes equipped with plenty of power. There's a fuse box on the wall generating 100 power. But before we get to decorating, we can finish exploring. We can head up the staircase to the west to explore this upper level. Here we find an office with a bunch of desks and terminals. In the first one, we find one entry, September 6th, 2077, from Mark Richards to Jake Ansel. When I was headhunted, I thought that it was a really good thing. But now I think that maybe I was blinded by the money offered. Yes, the money is good, really good. Twice what I was earning for designing posters for the war effort. But what we are doing, designing counterfeit merchandise for the Silver Shroud brand, is completely illegal. When Mr. Squeeza offered me the job, he didn't mention anything about this. He only said that I would be designing new posters for his merchandise, and that I would need to keep the work I'm doing a secret. Well, secrecy is normal in our line of work. We don't want other companies stealing our designs, so I didn't think anything of it. But now I'm not sure that is what Mr. Squeeza meant. Also, when Mr. Squeeza bent forward to talk, his jacket fell open, and I swear that he was wearing a shoulder holster with a gun. Who carries a gun to work? I am not sure about this anymore. Maybe I should talk to Mr. Squeeza and tell him that I'm not comfortable breaking the law, and then try to get my old job back. Oh, so this is how Trevisani and his thugs were making money. They were creating knockoff, branded Hubris Comics Silver Shroud merchandise. Is this how he made his fortune? Did they engage in other organized crime? Well, that's about it. On the opposite end of the room, we find another desk with an entry on the same day, September 6th, 2077, from Jake Ansel to Mark Richards. Okay, so these were two fellow employees who sent messages to each other over the manor's intranet. Look, you've only been here for a week, so I'm going to clue you in to how things work around here. You keep your head down, don't think, and don't ask questions. If you see or hear anything unusual, you didn't. Understand? You just do your job, get paid, and buy your wife and kids something real nice for Christmas. That way you stay out of trouble, and the boss is happy. One more thing. When you go into the office downstairs, never, ever look at the vault. It makes them really nervous if any of us pay too much attention to the vault. Other than that, welcome. Heading out and going downstairs, we can retrace our steps to explore the rest of this manor. Back in the entry room, we find a number of paths forward, 2 doors to the east, a staircase up to the north, and a door to the west, next to a big Silver Shroud poster. We'll start by going to the west. Here we find a nice little parlor with beautiful Silver Shroud-themed furniture. The couches and chairs are gray, and we find a reskinned lamp here as well. The lamp is gray with musical notes on it. Here we find another bookcase passageway, but heading inside, we find a thin hallway leading to a door, which opens up into an office. Oh, okay, so that's why it was open. Preston got here ahead of me. This must be Trevisani's office. We find his terminal on the desk. Inside, we find 2 sections. In the first, messages. June 12th, 2077, from R. Jameson and Sons Carpentry to L. Trevisani. Subject, work. Mr. Trevisani, we're just finishing up the last areas that we're touching up, and we'll have completed the work by the end of tomorrow. As you requested, I have kept no official records of the work that we have completed for you, and only my 2 sons and I have any knowledge of the new passages and secret doors. You can rely on us to be discreet. While finishing the work, we noticed that the floor is sagging a little in the back right corner of the billiard room. You may want to think about having the floor joists in that area checked out to see if they have rotted. That is something that we can do for you, and replace any as needed for a very reasonable price. It has been a real pleasure working on your old Georgian-style home, Trevisani. It's a real beautiful house. R. Jameson. So that's why Trevisani had the carpenters killed. They built all of his secret passages. They were the only ones outside of his gang who knew about it. Bought them off to prevent anyone from finding out. But a father and his 2 sons? In the next one, on June 13th, the next day, 2077, from M to L. Trevisani. The job is done, boss. They won't be stealing to the fuzz or anyone. We checked their office, and there's no record of them doing any work for you. Turns out the old man was a widower, and his sons were not hitched. There was no family for us in silence. M must stand for Marco. That was the name of the guy Travisani sent to go find the carpenters to begin with. But this was written the day after we got the note from the carpenters saying that they had a sagging floor in the billiard room. Did they ever fix that? Those carpenters couldn't have done it. They were killed the very next day. If they hired a new crew to fix the floor, did they kill them too? Backing out of messages, you can explore personal logs. In the first September 2nd, 2077, it's always been my policy not to use tapes or terminals. It's fine for them other Goombas, but I don't need to record every stray fart that comes out of my head. But that all changed when I met my very own mistress of mystery. She says I got way too much genius to not write my ideas down. I know she ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, but it ain't like she's wrong either. I built this entire organization from the ground up, using the Silver Shroud as a cover for our operation. It was my idea. Protection, smuggling, chems, whatever you need. All you gotta do is speak to the Shroud. I got my fingers dipped in every pocket in town, and the mayor and the city council don't have a clue. They think I collect comic books. Fact is, Andy's right. I'm a blasted genius. And after what happened with the Michelli gang, I had been thinking about what I'm going to leave behind. My legacy, so to speak. Maybe putting down a foot or two isn't such a bad idea. So he fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Let's see how far he went to incriminate.
Right here, I'm gonna put a cafeteria. Or, no, I want y'all to make a decision for me. Should I make this old fucking Red Rocket truck stop turn it back into a gas station-like thing? Because it's gonna be hard to put a car, because I don't have any car mods, and I don't want to download any. So I'm just gonna leave this old fucking rusty piece of shit-ass truck here. Or should I change it into a little diner, so when people walk up, they walk up right here, get their food, blah, 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 come over here, eat, and all that other shit.
An endangered, don't you know, species. I want the jolly governor to call a state of serious emergency because Louis, stand-up guy Travisani killed every stinking rat-faced feller who ever lived. Bummer. I gotta calm down. Candy says the stress ain't good for me. She's right about this whole holotape thing, though. Letting it out helps. In the next one, October 17th, 2077, I'm gonna ask Candy to marry me. I've got the ring picked out. Silver, just like
Okay. Diner it is. That would make this a lot easier instead of having to build a whole nother build. Well, I want to build something else right here. I don't know what. But changing this into a diner would be cool.
If I wanted to, because at the end of the day, I run this city. After reading this terminal entry, we get a miscellaneous quest to find the wedding ring. The problem is that if we've already picked up the wedding ring, the quest doesn't register it. And once we have this quest, we discover that we can't drop the ring because it's a quest item. So there's no way to...
There's a lot of work that's going to need to be done to this place to make it into a nice little diner.
In order to complete it, I had to reload the save before the point when I looted the ring. That way I was able to read this terminal first, then go downstairs.
But yeah, this is going to be an ammunitions factory.
And in the final one, October 18th, 2077, I floated the idea of getting married. Jane wasn't having it. She says she knows the whole Silver Shroud business is bullcrap. But if I want to prove my love to her, I've got to stop keeping secrets and let her in on what I'm really up to. The boys might not like it, but she's right. I'm thinking of bringing her down to the vault and telling her everything before taking a knee. We don't even need a priest or a judge. They both work for me. Why the hell do I need them? All I need is for her to say yes. And she's gonna say yes. At least when I'm done explaining it to her. I'm gonna romance this dame so hard, we'll be consummating the marriage halfway through the vows. I told Tony, don't even bother opening the vault up for a week. I don't want to hear nothing about no doggone carpenters while me and my girl are on our honeymoon. Yikes. What a creep. Locking himself in a vault with his missus. She's gonna say yes, I'll make sure of it. Good thing Candy stopped him before he could. Behind the desk, we find a wall safe with pre-war money inside.
Why is it too long?
Office. We find a door to the north, but when we open it, we see the back of a bookshelf. Okay, so two secret ways in. We can push the door open, and it leads to a bit of a smoking parlor. More bookshelves to the right and left, and a bunch of chairs around a table. We see a staircase going up, and a door to the east. Before we go east, let's go up these stairs. See what's at the top. We arrive at a loft area, more bookshelves and tables and chairs, and a door that leads to a balcony connecting to several rooms. Behind us leads to a bathroom. Heading south, to the end of the balcony, we find another bookcase, leading to another staircase. Heading inside and going upstairs, we find at another one of their hideouts. This is where Trevisani and his men were waiting while the police were searching the place. We see a shelf filled with pens, foods to entertain themselves while they were waiting for the cops. There's a fuse box against the wall, but it appears to be non-functional. I didn't find any fuses in this house, and there was no other way to interact with it. But now that we own the manor, everything here can be scrapped, including the fuse box. We find a shelf filled with all sorts of stuff, bullets, ballistic weeds, and plenty of weapons, and even more gangster-themed stuff stacked on boxes and crates. But this attic area is a dead end. So heading downstairs, we can go back to the bookcase to the balcony. Turning right, we can open 2 double doors, which brings us to a large room. We see more new reskinned furniture that comes with this creation, some glossy fine chairs, and we find yet another bookcase door against the wall to the north. Opening it up, leads to the firing range. They did target practice. Ammunition stems on boxes on the ground, hats and guns stacked on boxes all over the place, but this likewise is a dead end. Heading downstairs, we find a ladder leading to the rooftop. The rooftop has a great overview of Cambridge. We find some still-lit lights strung out, a couple of chairs and a lantern, a cooler with some food, and from here we have a wonderful vantage point of the Cambridge police station. It's a great place to snipe off all the nearby raiders and Brotherhood of Steel. There's a crumbling roof nearby, which we can use to climb down if we want, or we can head back to the hatch to continue exploring. Back downstairs, we can open a door to the north, which leads to another bookcase. This leads to the billiard room. Now, we read about the floor sagging in this room on Trevisani's terminal, but I inspected it thoroughly and I didn't find any evidence of this sagging, any trap door, nothing really interesting in this room at all. We see 2 doors. Opening the door to the west, this is a closet with all sorts of containers that we can loot, and then going out the door to the south leads us back out to the balcony. Heading back into the room on the other side of the double doors, we can turn west, and this brings us to the master bedroom. Here we find another silver dress. Looks like we can give some to companions. And if we head to the dresser to the northwest, we find a shroud outfit. The shroud outfit is a reskinned version of the silver shroud costume, but it's very similar to the original. The changes are minimal. The original silver shroud costume had a silver scarf and a silver collar with black paint. This version has silver pants with a black collar and a red scarf. It comes with 15 ballistic and 15 energy resistance, but like the silver dress, it can be imbued with ballistic weed. The door to the north of the master suite leads to a master bathroom. Heading out, we can go down the main staircase to explore a few final rooms. With the western side of the manor explored, we'll turn east. This leads to the formal dining room. We see a big table with silver plates and cutlery on display, of course. And opening the door to the north leads to a hallway. To the east, we find a door that leads downstairs to a kitchen level. We find a few containers, lots of pre-war boxed foods on display, and a few items in the fridge. Opening a door to the east leads to the small laundry room. Heading out of the kitchen and laundry room, we can go north down the hallway. To the right is the guest bathroom. Next to this is the guest bedroom. This is probably where Candy and Trevisani's thugs slept. Heading out and turning north, we find a back door leading outside. This puts us out into a ruined former parking lot right next to the Cambridge police station. We see a large Nuka-Cola billboard embedded in a big pile of broken bricks. Heading back inside the manor, we can turn west, and this brings us back to the smoking lounge with a staircase to the top floor. So we've done a big loop and explored everything in this house, including every secret passage. The Shroud Manor creation also adds many of the new pieces of reskinned furniture that we find inside Shroud Manor to our settlement build menu. However, at the moment, there isn't a unique Shroud Manor Creation Club category, so we kind of have to go through everything to try and find what's new. Of note, there are the reskinned chairs, glossy white, glossy black, and a variety of gray chairs and couches. There are a couple of lamps. Both of them are gray. One has musical notes on the lampshade, and the other has gray stripes. However, I couldn't find them in the build menu. I looked under electricity and in decorations, everywhere I thought they could be, but I didn't see them. There are some new paintings, a silver shroud painting, and then 2 castle paintings. There are lots of silver shroud paint posters in the manor, but I couldn't find these in the build menu either. I looked under wall decorations, I checked in paintings, posters, lighted posters. I'm just not sure why they weren't available to build. We can also find the bookcase hidden doors, but only at Shroud Manor.
Yeah, that kind of sucked. I wish we would have had that
They weren't
ability
there. So I guess that
outside of
means
Shroud Manor. We didn't.
And that is the Shroud Manor update to the Creation Club. So, is it worth it? Well, the value talk to these creations really confuses me because this was the exact same price as the Heavy Incinerator. The Heavy Incinerator creation came with 1 weapon and a rather short quest. Shroud Manor came with a complete player home, over a dozen new workshop build items, 2 new reskinned outfits that accept ballistic weave, 1 new reskinned weapon, and a much longer quest and story. In my eyes, we get more bang for our buck here, but maybe that's just because it had more of what I value. It may be that there are many people who just don't care about the Silman build system and really only look for new weapons, which is why they're priced so similar. The player home we get is fantastic. I actually like where it's located. Having to fight your way home every time is a change of pace. And the interior was beautiful. Lots of room for storing our collectibles. But sadly, we can't send companions here, which is quite a shame. It's a huge place, a perfect amount of room for all of our companions. On one hand, I like the fact that there are so many new reskinned things that fit a Silver Shroud theme, but on the other hand, I'm also kind of bummed that everything new we find is just a reskinned version of something we're familiar with.
Hey, I'm just glad we got a bunch of new things out of that, man. I'm not mad that it's reskinned. At least it's a different skin. At least it's not the same old shit over and over and over again. You know what I mean?
Made from scratch and completely original to that creation. Can't help but feel a tad disappointed. But maybe that's reflected in the price. After all, the
Alright, we need big ammunition, bro.
This one's only 400.
That's what this building's about
I
here.
enjoyed
Alright,
the
so.
quest. It did raise some lore issues, and I know I'm being pedantic. Most people won't be bothered by them. But
Ooh, you can also make an army.
Monitors inside this building was
That means new
As
uniforms.
the technology, culture, and design of the Institute was created in isolation for the past 200 years. Now, I suppose it's possible that the types of Institute chairs we find in the manor could have been used by the Commonwealth Institute of Technology.
And we can make food. Food.
Never changed them after the war, and somehow Travisani got his hands on some and brought them
Food,
to
ammunition, and explosives.
This seems unlikely. I think it's much more likely that the Institute invented these designs long after the war. But finding the Institute monitors showing off the Watcher's cameras is really lore-breaking. Those monitors should only be in the SRB. I understand why they're here. If you don't know the lore behind what was shown on the monitors, they just look like generic monitors. But once you know the lore, that what we're seeing is coming from the camera eyes of synthetic birds spying for the Institute, then seeing it here just doesn't make any sense. The quest was fun, I enjoyed its length, and all of the detail that went into each character. There's a lot to sift through here, and I appreciate that. But the story didn't sit 100% right with me. Mainly because here we've got this big crime boss, Travisani, whom we've never heard of before. This guy has his hands everywhere. He's even corrupted some of the police force. He's powerful to the point where in his own terminal he says, "I run this city." And yet in Fallout 4, we spend a great deal of time inspecting police terminals, reading the Boston Bugle entries, and none of them even mention Travisani, and he's supposed to be this big crime boss. In addition, there's another pre-war crime boss named Eddie Winter. Eddie Winter, who is mentioned by the police on their terminals and is often referenced in the Boston Bugle, but Travisani never mentions him. He mentions some other rival gang family, the Michellis, and Eddie Winter never mentions Travisani or the Michellis. I think this would have worked a lot better if Travisani was written as a much smaller mob boss, a guy who was just getting started, maybe had one small district of Boston that he could truly call his own. That would explain why no one from the vanilla game seems to know that he exists. He's just too insignificant. The plot is also kind of similar to the whole Eddie Winter story. Both stories involve crime bosses who use their connections to build a safe place. Eddie Winter purposefully makes himself into a ghoul, whereupon we find him 200 years later. Candy accidentally turns into a ghoul, whereupon we find her 200 years later. There are also parts of the story that just never get resolved. For example, in Trevisani's terminal, we find a letter from the Carpenters, and in that letter they say that the billiard room is sagging, and then they offer to fix it for them. But the very next day, they're all killed by Marco, so they wouldn't have had time to fix the billiard room. And yet when we explore the billiard room, it's fine. There's no sagging. What went on there? We don't know. That story was just sort of thrown in there and then abandoned. Then there's also the story of Sergeant Callahan and his tan suit. Candy brings up Sergeant Callahan, the man in the tan suit, as a way to explain why Triggermen attacked us at the Warren Theater. But in doing so, she brings up the possibility that her sergeant in the tan suit is still alive, and he's a ghoul now, and he's still walking around Boston in his tan suit, revisiting old haunts. Yet, as far as I know, we never see this guy. He never showed up to the Warren Theater, he never showed up to the Shroud Manor. Did Candy really see him, or was that just part of her imagination? We don't know. It's never flushed out. Now, I haven't dug through the code or anything. Maybe he was added as a random encounter, and if that's the case, then great. But I wish we had a little bit of closure about the man in the tan suit. There were moments like that in the story that felt a little contrived. They were events that wouldn't really happen. Like, I can't imagine Sergeant Callahan being so nostalgic about a woman who, before the war, he cared so little for that he practically sent her to her death. That he would dress up in his old pre-war tan suit, put a useless ticket in his pocket, and then visit the Warren Theater every week, 200 years later. Also, Candy suddenly becoming a mob boss was a weird moment in the story. I understand that from her story arc, she felt betrayed by Sergeant Callahan and Lieutenant Mitchell, and perhaps that betrayal caused her to leap into a life of crime. But then she goes on to explain the mechanics of this by saying that she used the house to reconnect with Trevisani's old mob connections, most of whom presumably survived the apocalypse, and instead of becoming raiders, they're continuing their mob business in Boston, a mob business which was successful enough after the apocalypse to help him continue to live the lifestyle she was accustomed to. I think that's just really unlikely. After the war, Boston was in chaos, so many people died of radiation, survival was a struggle. And finally, I don't really understand the premise of Trevisani's mob empire. We're supposed to believe that his love of the Silver Shroud is a cover for his mob business, which, first of all, is weird in and of itself, because the Silver Shroud fought crime, fought against the mob. That's like a Nazi saying, my favorite superhero is Captain America. Then, in his terminal, he goes on to describe his mob business as protection, smuggling, and camp. So we're supposed great lover of the Silver Shroud as a way to deflect attention away from his crime business of smuggling camps. I don't see how that works. I get the idea that you can be a crazed fan of this comic book, and your big mansion dedicated to the comic book becomes well known. Okay, but you can still be a crime boss and a fan of the Silver Shroud. The way a front is supposed to work is it's supposed to be a business that hides another business. For example, the mob would have racketeering, gambling, investment, or the back of a restaurant. That restaurant was their front. Or in the case of El Noir, haberdasheries is the front for mob boss Mickey Cohen. It had the appearance of being a legitimate business, selling clothing and hats to gentlemen, but in the basement, he was doling out drugs. It's easier to confuse the IRS because the funds you get from your crime can be integrated with the funds that you get from your business. The business we find Trevisani doing here is illegal. He's producing off-brand posters and selling them as fully branded and licensed Hubris Comics merchandise. So he's got an illegal business as a front for his illegal mob activities. What? The dots don't really connect. But overall, I liked it. It's a great player home. It's sprawling. The bookcase doors work flawlessly, and it's a great addition to the Creation Club. But those are just my thoughts. I'd like to know yours. Is Shroud Manor the kind of player home you've been looking for? Are you going to move right in, or is the location just a bit too dangerous for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I publish many videos each and every week here on my channel, and if you don't want to miss my next one, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. I have a shirt shop with completely unique designs that you can't find anywhere else. My designs come on shirts in a variety of men's, women's, and children's sizes, and in a wide array of colors. You can find them on other products as well, like smartphone cases, pillows, posters, mugs, stickers, and etc. So if interested, you can find a link to my shop in the description below, or you can click here. If you like what I do and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming a patron on Patreon or a member here on YouTube. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with more brand new videos. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hawthorne, and today I'm shooting a video on the best bunker and casing player home mods for Fallout 4. Some of these are brand new that you've never seen before, and some have been around for a very long time, but all of them are amazing. We'll be covering move-in ready mods, complete with decorations from the mod authors, as well as blank canvases with working workshops that you can use to decorate the bunkers as you see fit. So turn down the lights, crack open a cold one. This is Hawthorne's Mod.
I want to see these plasma grenades. Look, Brett, look, there we go. Plasma.
With a chalkboard for the northbound and the southbound trains. Yeah, just look at all of this detail. Oh, I love everything about it. And here's the bedroom. Wonderful little bed. Of course, the owner of this bed does the train in his or her mind. Lots of wonderful stuff and cute touches with this mod. Well, what can I say that hasn't already been said? It's come up with a working fireplace of all things. And Preston seems to love it. Thank you very much, Red Rocket TV. Next up is Emergency Civil Defense Bunker by Gunslinger 6792. This mod adds a sewer grate just north of the Starlight Drive-In. The mod author envisioned this player home as being an emergency shelter in case of a nuclear disaster. Because of that, it lacks many of the creature comforts that we may be used to. It's basically a bomb shelter underground made from a bunch of these connected trailers. But despite that, it does have everything we need. Cooking stove, a place to stay, plenty of storage, all of the other crafting workbenches, and that's really about it. So it's a nice, minimalist little player home for those of you who don't want anything fancy. Thank you very much, Gunslinger 6792. Next is the Railroad Hideout at Bunker Hill by The Black Illusion. Before we can get to this player home, we first have to go to the railroad headquarters and take the key, which is on this big round podium here on the headquarters. Then we go to Bunker Hill. Then when you get to Bunker Hill,
Just got my ass in sheet, bro. I'm about to fucking. Ooh.
here we find a
Oh man, I gotta just fuck this game over.
This brings us to a secret chamber built beneath the nation's monument, Bunker Hill. Opening the door, we can look out this balcony to view the side of this beautiful player home. Now, I don't know if you can notice,
I'm
but
good,
I'm
bro.
actually getting
Here,
really
let me do
low
this here.
FPS. Let me,
Bye.
yeah. I'm getting FPS
I
in the
feel ass
20s
in there.
which is extremely
Oh,
I think it has something to do with all of the wonderful life that this mod author has placed in this home. Let me turn off my torch.
ammunition,
Light.
grenades.
Windows. I'm not sure how this makes sense logically because it's all supposed to be inside a tall.
No fucking army uniforms, man.
Underground.
I can't tell you how much
it
it
makes sense
sucks.
logically, but it is gorgeous. I love the look and feel of this mod. The brick walls are just astounding. I love the idea of having natural sunlight coming through the windows. It gives it a real
Nah, leave it alone.
kind of feel. Although I don't know. I wonder why those shadows are moving.
Oh man, I'm just overdoing it, ain't I?
Maybe there's something
Look
outside
at
the window
this.
that's causing the shadows.
Give me that brand new ammunition right off the line, guys.
The main living room area, partially decorated, just some shelves and some paintings on the wall, and then of course your player bed, or the bunk bed. Here's your terminal, ready for storage, and on in here we've got the bath. It is not a settlement. There's no workshop. Not all of the containers work like this. I don't believe. No, that doesn't work. So you can't decorate it up, and
I just fucking did something for my own self.
Railroad poster board on the wall there, and then I think one flag, and that's really all the indication you get that it's a railroad bunker. But you can always decorate things the old-fashioned way by just dropping things from your bag and then setting them where you want them. So it's a nice little mod. I wanted to include it because it was really unique. I love the natural light. It's still on the frame rate, I have to say. I'm surprised that it's wrecking my machine this much. But it's gorgeous for those of you who want to try it out. So thank you very much, The Black Illusion. Next up is Bunker 13 by LV53605. And this mod adds the world space here at this little tiny house. I don't recall if this had anything in it before. I don't think it did. I think this is all from the mod, the garage is a weapons workbench, and even a workshop. Let's see if we can pop that open real quick. Yeah, that's right. So let's turn off extra item selection. There we go. So you can now decorate this workshop up as you will. And the settlement, as you can see, the green line goes around absolutely everything. So you can go inside that house, grab things up there. And careful, we can even select the abandoned house. See? Yeah, this is selectable even if I don't have extra object selection enabled from Place Everywhere. So do be careful when using that. But this isn't even the bunker, right? This is this video about bunkers. Going on inside this house, you can explore it, the bunker, right there. All right, let's go find the key. There it is, a hollowed out rock right outside the door. That's where we find the key. But back to the bunker. We arrive in this underground bunker area. There's a turret waiting for us out here, and what's this? A light switch. That turns it off. It looks like the lights are already turned on. Keep out, it says, but no, this is our home now, so let's go on in. I like how there's this kind of smoke that permeates the entire building. I'm going to turn on my flashlight here. To the right, we've got the bathroom / laundry facility. Looking pretty adaptive. This is going to be a container. Very nice. So it's a beautiful decoration that works as a functional container. Heading on out and turning the corner, this takes us to the garage. This is the workshop, complete with...
That's more grenades than I've ever seen.
Wow, look at all of these power armor workbenches. Holy cow, the mod offer must think that we are going to have many different types of power armor. And two exact containers.
Nope.
Power armor pieces in there or in here. Each of these different pieces act as a functional container for those particular pieces.
Hey, Longfellow, you want some 10mm? I'm gonna make some ammo for you next.
Partially depleted fusion.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some ammo for you next.
Pretty stellar. Turning on in here.
I get some for him next.
When I talk about the granularity, he's got all of these different decorations out.
Brand new ammunition off the line. What's this making?
Weapons is what he's finding in the game. Same over here. Heavy weapons, energy weapons, unique weapons, weapon mods. If you really want to get a CP about organizing your it's a great place for you. All of these wonderful workbenches with lockers over there for more storage. And then, of course, we need room for all of our magazines. And that's one thing about this I really like, and many of the other player homes that we see come with magazine racks, so there are so many magazines in the game that we quickly run out of room. Looks like in this game, there's plenty of room to put every magazine on display. We've moved into the kitchen now, which is, of course, a beautiful touch. A tiny little working cooking stove over here in the corner, complete with lots of room for storing all of your food. This is a lovely living area. Plenty of seating with a terminal and a place to store all of your holotapes and keys. That's a nice touch. And then here's our private bedroom. Decorations on the wall, even the silver shroud. These look like sound fasteners for a recording studio. Not sure what they're going to be doing in our bedroom, but they look great on the wall. Got a little safe over here, and look at this. Every single ammo type.
I can stock everybody here with fucking shotguns and ammunition. Dude, alright.
Wonderful. Great.
Let's go to the first plant and let's see how many of them Now, I have plenty of enough shotguns to stock everybody up. Just keep them damn plasma pistols coming.
A wonderful
300 of them already. We're gonna have 1,000,000.
Next, let's talk about bunker and basement mods where none of the decorating has been done for you, where you really want to be the creative driving force that decorates your home. These are going to be blank canvases in really unique locations where you can just have creative freedom to do whatever you want. So first on our list today is damn fine housing by
Shit. I'm done too having some shotguns.
On the southern side of the damn.
Oh my god, I did too much. There's too many shotgun shells. Too many shotgun shells.
And look, I love this. There's
Oh my
even dripping
gosh.
water.
Like, nope,
from
I
the
can't hold
inside.
anymore.
Oh,
He's like, I can't hold anymore.
Good damn. And looks like this is the workshop area. As you can see,
Oh my gosh, you really can't hold any more shotgun shells. Holy shit, bro. That's so funny. I'm not gonna lie, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No, let's take a look at it. Tire pile.
So
I asked
fucking
the
funny.
guys at the gate when they finished, we clear out all of the tires that we fished from the water.
That
We can
is
put an
just
actual bag
beyond fucking funny.
No more crap.
Oh man, I can't hold anymore. It's like you eat too much, you just keep going.
You may be asking, well, why am I
Hey, Longfellow, I got an idea, bro. I need you to throw plasma grenades. Hey, bro. Hey, what you doing? Oh, this is just too funny. It's too funny because I'm over fucking did it with the shotgun shells. Oh, I did it with the fucking. Oh, I'm gonna just like I can make more, so I'm gonna just go. On, give me a second.
Stuff out there looks like people were.
Oh, I did it with shotgun shells.
Just before the bomb dropped in this universe. Over here, we found Paul Harrison. Mike, not sure where Harrison went, but he's the only one who has the keys to the office. And we can't do traps since all of our supplies are in that crate. Make sure to give him a call when you see this and ask him who the hell he thinks he is. Running off without letting anyone know. Go to that hippie commune up the road. They should have a phone somewhere. I guess he's talking about the sunshine padding co-op.
Still too late. Oh, come on.
And then here's another door. Let's unlock this bad boy.
I have more being made at the moment. 10 a pack, 10 a box. There's 10 in one box, so I'm good. Just keep firing.
And this leads us to another storage room. And we find another.
Bro, that one clip made a difference. That one fucking clip made a difference. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna have to go through fucking places, just clearing places out. I'm just gonna be like, you know what, guys? Hey, I'm gonna need as much of this fucking ammo as possible because I know how settlers are. They run, they burn through that shit.
I'm sure we're going to stay away from big cities. We can avoid anything.
I fucking burn through ammunition like crazy.
Oh, the poor man. I hope he survives. But this is going to be a wonderful place to build your own.
Hey, hold on, though. You think you can hold something?
Grab anything useful.
All the things that get in our way to really open up this place.
Tell me he's gonna grab it. Tell me, please. Tell me.
No, it doesn't, because that's right. This gives us power.
Bro, really got 46 grenades?
What's up?
No, we don't really worry about generating.
Bro, I spent the 8 grenades.
That requires electricity. We don't have to worry about it.
I said, fuck it, I'm gonna get all the grenades real quick. On, I gotta make this man some fucking ammo.
For your damn fine housing. Next is the unknown.
I told him I would help him out. I told him I would help him out.
Mod for those of you who really like Spectacle Island. This adds a new.
Alright. While my ammunition.
This room right now is on Spectacle Island. And this is where we find our nuclear home. Like with the last mod, the unknown basement. I gotta do some work there.
Dude said, hey, how much shotgun shells can you hold?
It's just a big open basement area.
I want this man to have unlimited 10mm rounds, so... Oh, shit!
Up right there. Well, looks like there's a gun out here, and then decorate any...
What weapons do you have by yourself?
Like there's one of the previous residents.
Okay.
And scrap that bed. Scrap that...
Assault rifle.
So there we go. What's this?
That's badass.
You can't scrap that.
Can't make that. It has to be something like face.
We just find a secret, ladies and gentlemen. A master lock. Oh. Sweet. Bingo. And what have we here? We've got a mini gun.
That actually can work for him.
Camera.
I'll just customize it for him, and
it's my duty to unlock each of these so I can tell you what's inside. Randomly generated ammunition and loot.
I know it
Randomly
hurts.
generated ammunition and loot. I have a hunch about what's behind this one. And guess what? Randomly generated ammunition and loot. That's pretty cool. There's one thing I want to find out whether or not we can scrap later if we want. We can't scrap the bookcase. Looks like that's a permanent feature. And we can't scrap these. But with Playthough installed, we can. But be careful because you can also move the wall with the new person to open world space. But if you want to get rid of it, you can use place everywhere to get rid of it. You can also get rid of the bookcase that way, but I actually really like the bookcase. I'm gonna leave that there. Alright, Preston. There we go. Our secret is safe. No one will know. There's a
Oh wow, it's making his ammunition for me. Dude, I gotta make all my teammates some ammunition because everybody's fucking out.
Oh, instead of having something that's move in ready. And like the last month, here's our power.
Wait, is that auto too?
Will give us 100 energy. Yep, 100.
Let's see. Make sure it's not auto. If it's not auto,
Airless
it'd be
8.
perfect.
Next up is the Loner
Yeah, it's not
Bunker
it's
by
perfect for
Game
him.
Module. And the first thing we do to explore this bunker is go back to Sanctuary and find this dead mongrel. Or the dead guy that is normally an X-ray. Because here, we find the Loner Bunker's key. Then travel to Grave Garden and walk west of Grave Garden. You can find a rocky outcropping above that one house where we have to go to find the scientist for the institute. And here we find the Loner's Bunker.
Let me see. Can I make flamer ammo by any
The
chance?
bunker. And just
Don't
like many of
see
the
it,
other
and I can't.
canvases we've explored
It's fucking
today,
stupid. But I can make his ammo, and I can make mine.
whatever you want.
I can make my other ammo, and I can make this shit.
Subterranean.
Longfellow's ammo. So bam, bam,
What's this?
bam, bam.
Looks like this is a garbage.
Looks like everybody on my team is gonna get ammo tonight.
Check it down.
Fresh off the fucking production line. Hey, you!
Hey.
100.
Grab that
Check
shit.
it out.
Home plate.
Got you something in there for you. That's for you, bro. That's for you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, bro, you took it all.
And of course,
See if there's
don't
anything
know
there.
about
That's all you, bro. Go get it. Go get it. That's for you, bro. Ooh.
by fading.
Hey. Go get that. Go get the grenades. Go get the grenades. Go get the grenades. Go get the grenades. What is he doing? Go get him. We gotta run. He grabbed that shit. He grabbed it. There's only one in there. Get that shit. Grab that.
And each path will teleport to the same
Oh, bro, this man must have like fuck ton ammo now.
So for example, let's say
He has 700. I'm gonna make sure he has like 2,000 and shit, so I won't ever have to give him ammo again.
special menu and place down.
I don't want to ever have to give this fucking man ammo again.
From here and up here at Sanctuary. But whatever changes I make to the bunker remains the same. Because that little bunker is its own interior cell. So I'm going to explore each of these and show you what they look like.
It's not quite a boss, is it? You don't see if there's anything worth grabbing. There's a weapon in here if you need one.
This is number 1, the backyard bomb shelter, and it looks a lot like
It's nice not to have to be on edge every second.
the Turnquist family bunker at the West Everett Estate. In fact, I think some of the same toys are in here. Yeah, this is pretty much just that bunker. Yeah, it even has all of the same decorations out here. So yeah, this is the West Everett Estate Turnquist bunker. Ooh, cool interior controls, toggle default lights. Turns on and off the lights, toggle the default fog. No fog. Not seeing a big change there, but it could just get into the community. And then of course it does work with the workshop. And then we can scrap all the things that came with the version from the West Everett Estate if we can, putting the steamer front, the turn switch, and bring it.
It's not quite a boss, is it?
This is number 2, the basement bunker. This one reminds me of the bunker in Salem. Forget his name, but there's that crazy guy that's got Reba. Reba too. Yeah, this is the door that was locked.
Looks like a good place to stop for a bit. We can use rest.
Right inside Preston. This is the door that was locked that you go back to, and you can find Reba 2 lying on that shelf. So yeah, it's basically just your own version of the bunker in Salem. This is number 3, Cellar Workshop. I think this is the electronic hobbyist club, if my memory serves me correctly. It's giving me a strong electronic hobbyist club vibe, especially with the full song over, you know? Yeah, I'm pretty
Anything you did in the holiday.
and if you can give us a piece of his mind every time we still want to do something. But yeah, it's got straps and junk all over the place, so you'll need to pop open the workshop and strap some stuff and then decorate it just the way you see fit. Love it. Number 3 is
I think that's what that is for.
Number 3 is the emergency shelter. It is, it is teeny tiny. Talk about an emergency shelter. I'm having a hard time remembering what it's from. I have a strong hint that this is from one of the relay towers. Sounds like they just copied or duplicated the interior shelf of these bunkers, and then opened it up so that we can transfer. Yeah, I'm thinking this is one of those bunkers that we found from one of the relay towers.
So that's what taking with it?
But I don't recall exactly which one. That teeny tiny little place, but it made me a cozy home for you. Number 5 is the Fallout Shelter, and I remember this. This was one of the cut locations from the game. We explored this when I did my video on all of the interior cells that were cut from the game. I installed them all that allowed us to explore them all, and this was one of them. Originally part of the game, but Bethesda cut it. Saving signal has restored it to us so that we can turn it into our own little play home. I remember at the time I did that video saying, gosh, I wonder if someone will come by and turn this cool little bunker into a play home. Well, looks like Saving Signal did it long ago, because here it is. So this is number 5, the Fallout Shelter.
There's something wrong here.
Yeah, I agree, Preston. Number 6 is the interrogation phase. And that's the workshop. The workshop is this tiny little toolbox. Where's it from? Where is it from? I can't really think it. It reminds me of Stalker, but of course that may just be because of all the blood. I can't really put my finger on where I've seen it before, so I don't have an answer for you. But we've got all these cans and water on the side over here. There's our power source. There's the light. Look at that, we toggle the trash on and off. Oh, isn't that neat? The trash vanishes. And let's see if the fog control works. The best way to see the fog, turn off the lighting. There's the fog. Let's turn off the fog. I don't know if that's a failure of the mod or a failure of my own Fallout 4 setting. It's probably my own Fallout 4 setting. But I actually like the fog. So I'm not going to worry about it. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's take it to the next one. Number 7 is military law.
Taking the car cover. Whoever sets this up, you can take it to.
I just need to stop talking when I introduce, because I know Preston is going to say something. This is Military Bunker Episode 1. And again, must be one of those. This is the one. Okay, I remember what this one is. This is the one at the satellite event, the Fort Hagen satellite event. That's right. There's one of the ham radios from the relay tower. The relay tower sends you to the Fort Hagen satellite array. And you find this at the base of one of the satellites. See?
Not a problem. You want to play that fucking game?
It's like a little military bunker.
It's why you were in the way. You were always in the fucking way, dude. I need you to move.
Awesome. Check out number 8.
Fuck, you just getting on my fucking nerves, man. Fuck, I'm really trying to do something over here. You're a fucking dick, dude. No!
The color in Sanctuary. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this Yeah, husband. This is
What the fuck,
seller,
man?
the root seller.
I'm trying to fucking explode like that. Man, dude, you fucking in the way. Really fucking bad, dude. Really fucking bad.
That's what the fuck does. That's gonna bother me until I figure that out. But you can probably like and
Trying to do it again, I see.
wonderful. Let's check on number 9. Okay.
Gotta be outside because I'm gonna try to fuck with the floor. And you
And this
need to get the fuck away from me because you're aggravating the fuck out of me.
oh, this is Big Jam. That's right. Big Jam is right here. Okay. I don't remember what it's called. This is underneath that one shop. That one, the produce shop. Is it by Walden's Pond? Yeah, I think it's by Walden's Pond. Anyway, we
You can relax with it here.
really? Really? You had to wait. So I'm in the middle of talking. That's right. We came in through here. This lad. Oh, and he included it. Oh, wow. He included the entire thing. Wow. Can you go in here? Let's see. And you can. Yeah, he included the entire interior shell. There was the pipe that led back up to the Commonwealth, but it's blocked off. This one. So this, it does not lead to the Commonwealth, but all of this junk is still here. All of the Raider decorations. There's our palette. And that's pretty cool. So you can build in this underground area into this dilapidated bunker area. I want to see if there's an option. Yes. To get rid of all of the trash and debris. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, and we're able to remove absolutely everything. Let's go and check on it here. And it does transfer in here. So that'll make cleaning it up to get ready for your own player home much easier. Awesome. Love with number 9. Let's check out number 10. And let's not interrupt me. Number 10 is oh, nothing to say. Number 10 is the storage. I believe this is also a cut interior as well. Yeah, I remember this one.
Like anybody's been in here for a long time.
It's annoying this stuff. He's doing that on purpose. I remember that this was the final version of the game. But for the first time, when I did my video,
I hate you so much because you won't fucking move.
just
Why do you consist on being in my way? Why?
open area, open wall there, and this, I'm gonna just use anywhere. No, it doesn't. Just use that hole. There you go. That is percent. Yes, buddy, that's number 10. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the best basic
You want that bucket?
functions the home mods that I've been able to find on the Nexus. All of them are wonderful. Each is different from the next one. Some of them are movement ready, and others require a little bit of elbow boosting here. But all of them were made by very talented modders, doing the best of their work possible. Thanks for watching, everybody. I produce a new video 6 days a week. I cover a wide range of topics, from lore to Fallout 4 mods. And if there's any type of Fallout 4 mod that you would love me to cover, let me know in the comment section below. I read all of my comments, and I use your comments as inspiration for my future videos. If you want to make sure that you don't miss the next videos that I make on Fallout 4 mods, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. And if you like what I do and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. Patreon subscribers gain access to a private channel on my Discord server, as well as a bunch of other cool on servers. But more than anything, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. I can jump on up there. There we go. With a brand new video. Brand new video. You want to go inside the phone? Bye-bye. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Osborne, and I'm just a video on some of the downtown Boston City player home. Not all of these some of the best cities as well. To my comment. This is a series of mods that produce beautiful homes in urban environments. Atop the skyscrapers, ruined apartment buildings, and some light. These mods are all available on the PC and Windows. Console versions as well. Up to the Xbox or for your console. Please check out the description of this video where I include links where you can download them for your appropriate place. I'm here by the Dartmouth Professional to show you the first one, which is the Pub by Quad 30. Now the mod description doesn't actually tell you where the top floor is, so I had to do some hunting, but I found it funny. It's here at the Dartmouth Professional. Now, the thing is, this is a hotspot of activity, as you can see. I had quite a battle up here when I first arrived. I had to fight some raiders. There was an entire game of Rust Devils. But once dead, I'm able to enter the building, and once you discover it, a fast travel marker appears on your map with the direction. So, there's the Dartmouth Professional building, and then there's the Dartmouth Penthouse. But let me show you how to get into it. This floor right here takes you to the Professional building. This is the new door, which includes an elevator, which takes you to the penthouse. And this is probably my favorite part of this player home, the entrance to it. It's really well done. Look at this. We've got a cracked open window, light streaming in. Look at the wind blowing. So we can leave through this gap in the glass. And look at that paper in that spot flashing. That's
Look at that raise. Oh, it's
cool. Oh, whoa. This is a glitch with skeletons in the game. I don't know if you've noticed it, but every now and then, some of the bones are supposed to articulate themselves.
Hey.
Looks like this guy's head is oh.
Grab anything useful.
Buddy, are you done? Yeah, that's not creepy as all get out. Well, apparently the skeletons in this player home. But look at that.
Look alive.
Wow, we are out of the world here. And
yeah, I don't have to worry about him running out of fucking 10mm ammo now.
Wait, let's head on.
Alright. Now that he's taken care of, let's take care of the last one. Let's take care of the last idiot.
You know, this is what you see. You see these three doors on the right side. Door to the jacuzzi. You can't use the jacuzzi. It's just for show. You can mix the water if you want. But it's got this nice, like, submarine window, this port window with a beautiful view into the northern
Look alive.
And,
Check it out.
Light. Oh, look at that. The shadow is passing through the inside of it's just like this. And, so this is a functional bathroom.
See if there's anything
This room
there.
is nice, it's beautiful, it's just for show. But over here, this is actually a power armor. These American flags are power armor stations, which I think is pretty clever.
Take anything good.
I can do that.
Fine, I mean, this is a unique way to tackle the power armor situation. You usually pick up so much room. So just coming in here, park your power armor right on top of there, touch the American flag.
Alright, he's good on ammo. That's perfect.
Work on your power armor. Pretty cool. But we should head on to the loft proper. And there it is. It's just gorgeous in here. Look at these slanted windows. Look at those slanted windows. They just let in so much light. And they give you a beautiful view of the top of this building looks beautiful as I am. So this is the welcome change. Look, there we're looking north, I guess we're looking. Yeah. This is the Dartmouth Professional building. There's Bunker Hill. So yeah, this is the view north. And the other is Diamond City, right above Diamond City. So you kind of get an idea of where we are here. It's a great location for a player home. And here is a pool that does work, so you can get in the pool. I'm not sure the lore reason behind the waterfall in the living area here. It's probably going to get humid, but it still looks pretty. And I'm not complaining. Lots of wonderful decorations. This is one of the things I wanted to make sure that most of the mods I went over today were move-in ready. Only a few of them. Most of them. And then check this out. I just finished my video on all the cars in Fallout 4. There's the Rocket 69. There's the Chrysler Ford Vega. And then you've got an ATV and a tank on it.
All that gear around is just
Lots
going
of
to
books
slow you
and
down.
wonderful decorations.
I know, that's why I'm gonna place it in
Lungs
his
are very
face.
strong.
That's why I'm gonna place it, Hold on, like, place it in this cigarette machine.
Sit down on your bed. Is that Liberty Prime? Look at that. You've got your own little miniature Liberty Prime on your bedstand, which is pretty sweet. Here's your office. You've got a terminal to play your holotapes with. Wonderful storage over here. And here's a magazine rack. You can put all of your astoundingly awesome tales in there. Around here, we've got a pool table. Let's see. Oh, that's so cool. He took a little refrigerator and turned it into a cooler. And it's functional. It opens right
I forget
up.
what these fucking things
Radio,
even did.
pool table for entertaining guests, and then more. Looks like this is all just decoration. So yeah, there's some storage. So here's the alcohol storage area for your wet bar. This is a functional stereo with a feature Diamond City radio. And then a TV with some sitting. Oh, that's an interesting TV. I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it in the vanilla van. That's new. So there's a radiation-themed TV. Pretty cool. So he does have plans. This back door, for example, he has plans to open this up to roof access. You can do buildings and also a storage area, but he hasn't built that yet, so that's non-functional. But on the wall here, we do have some weapon racks, long weapon racks there. You can put some weapons. So pretty doggone cool. Beautiful little area. There's no workshop access right now, and I'm not seeing a lot of crafting. I did take a tour of this earlier, and I didn't see the use of it, but there was a cooking station that it would be right here. But we just have that cooler. So this is really just a beautiful place to store your belongings, and you might need to find another place to actually do your work, craft your items, and repair your equipment, with the exception of the power armor station, which is right in here. Again, the mod author does have plans to expand it out the front there, where I'm sure you'll be able to access some more crafting. But this is what we have at the moment, and it is beautiful. What a great little addition. Living in downtown Boston by Claus 30. Thank you very much, Claus 30. Next up is Shedford Spa by Shedford. Here we are at the Cabot House. There's the Cabot House right there. You're going to see this location as a popular one. There are a few player home mods in this location. And this one opens up a new door right here to the left of the entrance of the Cabot House in this Twisted apartment. You get a new fast travel location called Louisburg Square Apartments. So these apparently are the Louisburg Square Apartments. Let's head on in. And this mod is just so pleasing to me because it just does exactly what it says on it. It's move-in ready, it's beautiful, it's functional, it's just so great. So this mod author puts so much attention to detail with all of the little containers. This acts as a container. This is your drinks cabinet for all of your alcoholic beverages. This is your tea container. And this is the primary living room. Look at these lights coming in through the windows. Feature of some of my favorite mods. Let me turn off my torch there. Look at that. The lights coming into the window is just gorgeous. We've got accent lights up there to light up the ferns. Here's your bobblehead stand. You've got some chest of drawers over there. More chest of drawers over there. And then here's your place for entertaining. A wonderful little living area with lots of modern art on the wall. Around the corner here, this is going to be your kitchen, complete with a bar and bar stool. Maybe doing this to get in the morning. Have a bite to eat. This is a working sink. Turn on the flowing water. And here is your cooking system. There. Cooking. You can use this to craft your food. And it is perfectly functional. Over here, we've got your pan for each of these is a container. So there's a dirty water container, a purified water container. If you really want to get OCD about it, you can organize all your food stuff. 5 categories. You've got the produce over here, packaged goods over here, because this mod author has given you a container for each of them. We've got a fridge door inside. We've got containers for all of the different kinds of foods that you need to refrigerate. You can put all of your cooked meats in a cooked meat container, which is pretty cool. And then this is the primary bath. here on the wall, working space, and a place to sit. Alright, let's go ahead and upstairs. We've got a cute box, one nice big magazine back over here, more modern art on the hallway wall, and door number 1 leads to your bedroom. We've got this retro mustard yellow color scheme going on here with the covers and the drapes. Look at these wonderful windows letting
Alright, I'll be right back, y'all. I'm gonna let this fucking shit carry out for a second while I go to the bathroom and do something. And I'm gonna make me some cereal!
Sure you want to be out and about in the dark, Captain? Sure you want to be out and about in the dark, Captain?
I'm back, everybody. Ooh,
Yeah.
400.
We've got to find a key. And it's not in that duffel bag. Let's see if we can find a way around.
I don't care if he can't hold enough. He's just
The door opens on
long
its own.
fellow can hold everything I need.
So, you move on upstairs.
So I'm gonna be able to make sure this motherfucker doesn't run out of ammo again.
And here we go.
Here's about 2,000 bullets worth of fucking ammo,
A
bro.
bunch of crap and junk that you can find in there. Apparently the ghouls
Yeah,
are hiding. I killed the
2,000
ghouls
worth of
earlier.
bullets.
And apparently when I reloaded the save, it didn't cause them to regenerate. But here's how
You
you find
can't
it.
hold any more
Top
bullets.
of the elevator,
It's okay.
there's the call button. You gotta drop down to this part of the elevator, open the hatch, drop down here, and inside is the hanging duffel bag with the apartment.
I'll get old long fellow to hold this.
Open this,
Now I can go back to making like shotgun shells, because that's what they're selling right.
which is where it leaves us where we were at the beginning. That's still stuck up there. Then we can retrace our footsteps, go all the way back, but instead climb the stairs. Again, normally we would be being attacked by a bunch of wolves right now. Generally, when I killed them, the last time I killed them, the game remembered that and didn't respond. So, no ghouls to show you today. Anyway, here we go. On to the apartment. Coming out that door, jumps the
Alright, cool. Shotgun shells. Remanufactured.
And the actual apartment is right here. The apartment. It opens up a fast travel location. You have to find it first. The Cabot Square.
Yeah.
That's now the
I'm gonna eat it across the dam. I'm gonna eat it across somewhere.
And here we are. This is the player home.
Yay!
It's set up really nice, light, like a home that you found sitting.
That's how you know it's a nice game.
So it's not as beautiful and well put
Take that
together
weapon.
as this, but it is also a functioning workstation. This is going to be the power source that we've got the top box produces 100 power. You can wire everything together, and it is already decorated, new and ready with all of the specifications. But if you don't like the simple decor you can go ahead and use your own. But that's not even the coolest thing about this.
Yeah.
It's very large. It's a very large player home. This is the bedroom. You're going to want to strap that and replace it with something.
That's sweet.
And then let's head on downstairs because this keeps going and going and going. Here's the second floor. And the cool thing about this is there's a bit of a story between this. So, if you don't want spoilers for this mod, the story goes that the person who founded this house was a disgruntled former institution employee who was responsible for doing the research on the details. He leaves these, builds his home here, it builds his own relay. This is an interesting relay. Let me show you how it works. Here's Professor Tyrell's terminal. Go to the terminal. You can read all of the journals. Tell you, will tell you the story about this. Well, what we want to tell us, let's check the whole. Let's tell us. All it takes work. It's the instructions we need to use this relay. I'll show you how that works in a minute. But first, let's continue exploring this player home. Remember that we have access to a workshop at absolutely every moment. Here I am at the basement, and you can see that it's nasty, and there are bodies, and but look, it can be stretched. So you can take care of all of this and look at medical things. If you go to the cage, body over there, body on a mattress. So it's just a great place to start your creative process. But let me talk about the molecular relay. So the way it works is it gives you a...
Such a dick with the settlement. I even took the road.
And it even works in dungeons.
So now they have to walk like this or something. I don't fucking know how to, what to tell them, but they have to walk around the settlement just to fucking get to their destination, man.
Alright, so here I am in the Shaw High School. Let's pretend that I can go through this. So let's no longer pretend. Let's say, hey, I got them. Alright, Super Mutant down. Always when I'm in the middle of recording. Right, alright. Done. So, now I can see. So I've been clearing up this dungeon and we're saying this thing. Oh man, I'm in the middle of the dungeon, I don't want to drop anything. Tell you what, let's use the holotape that we just got out of that. Holotape surgery. And then let's choose the home location. Alright, coordinates accepted. And here we are. We're back in our
So we guys smoking that shit.
And let's say I want to get
I'm sorry, whoever don't like smoking weed, I don't like hanging out with you. I have one person that had to comment, he's my best friend, and he doesn't like, well, he doesn't smoke weed at all. So, I don't know, it's hard to hang out with him, but I make do.
It comes with practical, useful stuff that you can use. That you can help you. And
one of my best friends.
Dungeon attached to it. It's such a well done player. So much fun. So thank you for that more glorious food. Wonderful.
My friend Steven, you don't smoke any weed.
Last on our list today is Boston's Common Law by Clause 30. This mod gives you this whole building.
I'm just trying to get a little stoned, but I gotta work at both jobs today.
Looks like we've got ourselves a red priceless Farfaga ready for the moon.
Come out later.
So, we just moved into our brand new apartment. So here we are. This is the interior of the apartment complex. Let's turn on our lights so it can't get pretty dark and you can look at this really first movie. Goodbye, Star. I just it's a sad story, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so this is the lobby of the apartment complex. This apparently is the apartment manager. He's on the wall, especially guarding his post. And then this elevator leads us on up to the new home. And here we are. Look at this place. So, beautiful light.
Axhorn's my favorite Fallout YouTuber, and then there's like two others that are my. It's Oxhorn, then it's the Epic Nate, and then Moink. What was that? What's that fucking other dude called?
Has a number of different rooms, and just, note this has not been actually story now. There's up. This has not been separated. One of the few ones that's not built in. But I wanted to include it because it is in the middle of downtown.
Mitten Squad. That's the third.
And it has
Mitten,
so much.
Mitten Squad, Oxhorn, and fucking the Epic Nate.
Even down in
And then sometimes Violent Puma's fourth.
no. Also, it's got a very tiny top. It's very tiny. You can't build out here. Well, better be careful. Don't want to fall on off. That was a bad. There's your red car. That's what you do. You're at the very top of this nice little building. So it's not quite as tall as the Starbucks building. But it does have a one. And I love what he has done for light here. Look at all of these wonderful things. It's like shining down right on this side here. And I believe that all of this means skeletons. This is for your entire place. Don't need to worry about that. And if you don't like having this dilapidated lobby with three corpses and a bunch of stuff, I believe the workshop works down in the lobby as well. You can get on down the elevator, open up workshop mode, scrap, skeletons.
So, right, radiation storms here are not that long.
What is this? Is that waterfall? What? There is a waterfall coming out of this. Oh, I see. Okay, so there was like a bathtub up there. And it started leaking. There's the water. The water is coming through the pipe and cascading down. I see. So one of your neighbors, a few years ago, was having a pink issue, so it's flooding in. But yeah, it does work down here. You can clean this up if you need. So thank you very much for your wonderful. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you liked this video. I had a lot of fun going through these player homes for you. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to go over the We did permanent player homes. I've done ship player homes. I've done boat player homes. Let me know what kind of player homes you would like to see in my subscribe for more of them. I do videos on a wide range of topics besides just modern collections, including Fallout lore and everything. Started to find all that content. And if you like what I do and you want to support me in a more personal way, we've got a random iBot. If you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. Patreon subscribers gain access to my private Discord server, as well as my brothers for Oxford Park. And a glowing dog. Ride dog H16 or not, you get the meaning. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I am just so very glad that you are here watching this video.
Wow.
So thank you so much for watching, and tune in tomorrow morning for a brand new video. I do a new video every single day of the week. I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early.
500 plasma pistols.
Right.
Plasma weaponry. Yes, sir. That is Enclave material right there. Brand new out the fucking refinery. There we go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Austin, and welcome to my video about my favorite lonely hermit. This video is all about the best player home mod for the rest of it. Get away from the home. Find some peace on the beach or on the mountaintop, far away from the downtown Boston and giant city, where you can get away from it. I've got 6 mods for you today, and for this list, I was looking for mods that gave you nice, compact, maybe even cramped player homes. No sprawling zones, no gigantic basements filled with 13 million tolerance. These are nice and compact. They look like real
I like
homes, and they're gonna be nice. All of these
compact
homes are moved in
settlements.
ready.
Not
Few
gonna
of
lie.
them have workbenches to craft and extract. Some of the modules you can simply install and you're done. Move right in. All of these are available on the PC, and some of them are also available on the Xbox One. Please check out the description here, where I include links to all versions of these mods for both the PC and the Xbox One. And without further ado, here's the complete list. First on the list today is Sailboat Player Home by the Wandering Ranger. This mod adds an abandoned player home to the waters right outside of the castle. It's a little too close to the castle for me to feel like it's really out in the middle of nowhere. But it's interesting. It commands some of the best views of view the Boston Airport, downtown Boston, and the castle. There's a hatch in the back of the boat that leads to the interior. The model has the interior decorated up really well, and you'll find that he put crafting workbenches in curious places. For example, a box of ammo crates and weapons and grenades behind the staircase is the weapon workbench. An ironing board next to it is the armor room. It has a bathroom, and then moving on to the middle of the boat, and you find the kitchen area, complete with dining area, and it's fully decorated with all sorts of goodies. One downside to this particular player home is that none of the workbenches communicate with each other. So in order to get them to work, you will have to use resources from workbench to workbench and to ground. Moving up to the bow of the ship, you find a very small and cozy little bath. The one downside to this mod is because it is so clean. There's no power.
If I'm correct, there's gonna be a lot of If I remember correctly, out of this DLC, you get 4 suits of XO1 power armor. You do. So I gotta build a building designated for the power armor stations.
It's far enough away from Sanctuary for me to feel like it's really out of the way. This little cabin is beautiful and probably one of the best cabins there on I have seen today. It is plain, but it is your workbench is all out. It's got a front yard with a circular fence where you can find all of it. There's a little babbling brook that goes by the cabin, as well as a little wooden bridge that goes over the brook. The mod owner has added all sorts of immersive details, like a hanging deer filled with deer meat and a little cat. There's a burning fire in a barrel just inside the building, and inside there's a beautiful glowing fireplace filled with burning wood. Your bed has sort of flat sheets on top of it. There are biscuits baking in the oven, and every square inch of this square little cabin is decorated with cozy, lived-in way. Like his last mod, the workbenches do not appear to communicate with each other. Major downside to makes it less practical. But if that sort of thing doesn't bother you, it's a beautiful little mod and a worthy addition to this. Next up is Tank Player Home by, again, the same author, The Wandering Ranger. This mod has a crumbling, broken down west of Fiddler's Green. When I say this is fine, I can't exaggerate just how strange it is. In order to film this video, I had to set my field of view to 120 just so that you can see the items inside the tent. It is crazy. There's a place to sleep with a sleeping bag on the ground and plenty of room for storage with a variety of containers inside the tent. It also has a cooking system in the form of MRE, meals ready to eat, in the shelving unit of the tent. It has 2 exits, one escape hatch in the front and one escape hatch in the back, and that's it. It's extremely small. So you may be thinking, well, this is really impractical. She makes it right, but there are ways to do it. In Fiddler's Green, they're going to find a chemistry station, so it's not going to be connected to your tank, but it is there. And then just up the road to Fort Hagen, you're going to find the Fort Hagen Red Rocket Truck Stop, which has a weapon workbench, an armor workbench, and a power on the workbench. So everything you need is within walking distance of the broken down tank and take itself to the private cell of the first player. So your player character is different. This is good for survival and without doing a lot of fast travel. It certainly has some limitations, but it's incredibly useful. Thank you. Next up is Lone Sea Player Home Squad 30. And you saw the new map marker appears on your map in the glowing sea called Ruined Apartment.
Well, guys, I gotta end the stream. I have something I gotta go do for a while, so I'll be gone. But I hope y'all enjoyed this stream. Please like, comment, subscribe my video, ring my notification bell, baby, so you get all notifications when I go live and all videos I post on my channel. God bless y'all. Let Jesus Christ be with y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all later.
It needs some love. Like, this is your bed. It has the bed. It's moving ready. You may not want that as your bed. And you'll also notice that there are no workbenches in here at all. But what's this?